just on his eyebrows.
He has?
Yeah.
Oh, my boy.
A lot of our street names are repetitious and dull. You know, Main Street, 2nd Avenue, Park, Maple, Broadway. We have some great city names, though. Cincinnati, Pocatello, Albuquerque, Oshkosh, Keokuk, Hoboken, Tallahassee, Chattanooga. A lot of our cities...
National attention! Andy Rooney, national treasure. National treasure. How many millions of people just tapped in Tallahassee? I don't know. That is fucking ridiculous. But I used to listen to Imus in the morning when I was a kid, back on like WNBC or whatever, way back in the day. WNBC. It was great. And they had a great guy parodying Andy Rooney, and those routines made it, I mean, it was just worthwhile his existence to have the parodies of him.
You don't believe it's this ridiculous. When we saw it last night, I'm like, I'm playing this Monday. People are going to think we exaggerated or like it's old-timey. This was last Sunday. The date today is October 30th, 2006. This was yesterday. That is amazing.
Are associated with just one thing. You know, Reno, divorce, Las Vegas, gambling, Detroit, cars, Washington, government, Green Bay, football.
Isn't that amazing that a place is known for something? The racetrack, horses, the New York Rangers, hockey. I could go on.
One of the biggest surprises to me is Pittsburgh.
It's not a huge surprise.
Wow.
How old is he? Honestly, 80
that's what he's surprised by.
This surprises him. Ready?
Didn't know it was on an island like New York City. I like New York best.
He's the king of transitions, this guy. Vulva. My wife had a vulva, and I'll tell you another thing, I've got a urethra in my peepage. It's shriveled and cold. Fantastic.
Surprises to me is Pittsburgh. I didn't know it was on an island like New York City. I like New York best, too. It's a hard city to visit, but a great city to live in. Something you probably don't know if you don't live in New York. You shop at a small grocery store around the corner from where you live. You don't get in a car and drive to a supermarket in the mall. Downtown has gone out of style in a lot of American cities. It's moved to the outskirts of town. I've been to Des Moines, Iowa several times. I don't know why they put a DES in front of Moines. They call it Des Moines.
You know what this is?
Moines.
This is the soundtrack to the inside of a stroke or a coma. This is what goes on in your head when you finally lapsed into that thing where no one can reach inside your cranium any longer and, like, communicate with you.
Keever sent this to me. This is awesome. But also, Ashley writes, he's that guy on the bench in the park feeding pigeons and smelling like shit. Just throw him a quarter and keep on walking.
Cities. It's moved to the outskirts of town. I've been to Des Moines, Iowa several times. I don't know why they put a DES in front of Moines.
You know, there's a thing called Google.
Right. Is there a way you could find out the answer? That's like Ali G going, there's no way to find out how to pronounce stuff the right way. Right. Why do they put DES in it? I don't know. Maybe it's something they're proud of?
Des Moines. Moines means monks in French.
Well, what does Des mean?
Those crazy monks!
A lot of interesting city names begin with T. Tacoma, Tucson, Tulsa, Tuscaloosa, Terre Haute, Toledo, Topeka. I only like...
What about tragic douchebag that's gone way past when the dance is done.
What did the letter S ever do to you? That's when he does stand-up and he needs that full hour. He's like, I can do any letter if I had to.
He would be brilliant.
Go to cities I've been to before, so...
Oh, listen to this. This is great.
Oh, God.
Tulsa, Terre Haute, Toledo, Topeka. I only like to go to cities I've been to before, so I'll probably never get to Fargo, North Dakota.
How do you go to anywhere then? Right. Were you born in 10 different cities, and those are the cities you can go to now in your life?
When did this rule lock in your life? It clearly was like past 60 when you'd been everywhere and spread your vile shit everywhere you go. Oh, I have a nickel and a quarter and a penny. I like to pay for this paper. How much would it be? That's interesting.
You know, back in my day, a loaf of bread was getting fucked in the ass. Now it's so cool.
But it can still be getting fucked in the ass in Des Moines. Those crazy monks.
I don't go to cities I've never been to. I think it's the definition of out of touch.
And New York is one of them because it's easier to live here than to visit. Bullshit. You can visit and then leave.
Just save up and visit
And get the hell out instead of living. How about living here for 20 years, Andy? We're poor. Hell with Andy.
I'm Morley Safer. We'll be back next week with another edition of
Towards the
60
end
Minutes.
of the segment is
end.
naming
The end.
these
Does
things.
Morley Safer have his head in his hand as he
Sorry,
says that?
I don't know either. He should shrug after every Andy Rooney bullshit.
Oh my gosh.
Now wait, where is that little study that Andy takes from? Did we ever know that
His
fact?
studio? I bet
Is
that's
it
his
home?
real office.
It's the
I bet
only
that's
place
his
they let
real
him in
office,
there.
Right.
This guy. So what is his history previously? I mean, I'm
Was
ignorant
he
to his.
right? Was he honestly a real news person?
He must have been one of those quaint
Was he
guys.
great? Yeah.
Like a bad version of who's the guy on CBS Sunday Morning at the end that always does those great segments. Like it's charming, it's funny, but Andy must have been a complete sort of failure at that, Look at this is my schmeckle.
Maybe he just ran out of things to be curious about.
I guess. I mean, he got out that job somehow.
All right, we're going to get out of here. I want to, where do people buy, where's the best place that you make the most money to buy your CD?
Or through my site at bobalones.com, BOBALONES, Bob Alone S.
One of my favorites on there is Goodbye Porn Collection. Would you mind doing us the honor?
Sure. You want the CD? You want to live?
No. Do it live.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Sure.
This guy actually sounds really good live. I think most people sound a little off, like they did a lot of
Like they
studio
did
work.
typing and bullshit,
Yeah, but I'm lip syncing. I have a very advanced system in my chest that.
He did say, let me just plug this into your mixer. Don't ask questions. And we're like, I don't know.
Yeah, anytime somebody says don't ask questions, we're like, okay.
box that I bring into interviews and radio. It starts with an M. Mixer. It's fun. I'm the man. Bobby Mitchell. I play the guitar, and that starts with a G. My goodness. Goodness starts with a G.
Why are there 6 strings, but there's 8 octaves?
Oh, and there's 22 of those crazy monks.
Thank you guys so much for listening.